Welcome to the Teachers Impact Podcast, or better yet known as The Tip, where teachers can come to master their craft, use their voice, and enhance student learning. This is episode 54 of the Teachers Impact Podcast. On this episode, we'll be talking about why experienced and talented teachers need more direct support in the classroom. So the first thing I want to get into is direct versus indirect support. And I think that as schools, as teachers, as leaders, as administrators, we need to know the difference between the two. So indirect support I would consider, such as coaching, is very essential and important. So the teacher is not getting direct help with the student. The teacher is getting indirect help through looking at her practice and through coaching. And it's something that I'm 100% in support of. However, it's not the end all be all. I think that sometimes we think that, if we hire coaches, all our problems are going to be fixed. Student achievement is going to increase and everything's going to be great. But we need to really have a multi-pronged approach. And a part of that multi-pronged approach is direct support, such as having an additional teacher or support staff in the classroom is extremely helpful. Teachers need more direct support in the classroom. Let me explain a little bit further. If there is a student-teacher ratio of 20-1, then that one teacher can only individualize and provide effective direct instruction to so many students. If this teacher is able to have that additional support in terms of helping those hard-to-reach students, then the likelihood of all students achieving increases. In other words, 2 is better than 1, or 2 effective adults in the room is better than 1. And you can reach so many more kids if you have 2 effective teachers or an additional effective paraprofessional in the classroom to help that teacher reach all of her students. If the teacher is doing it by herself, it is extremely difficult. And this is based on my experience because I have been doing it. It is very hard. So having that direct support in the classroom will help that teacher reach all the children in her classroom. At the end of the day, that is our goal, right? To reach all of our students. To sum that up, effective teachers are always trying to find ways to move their students until they know what each student needs. And if that teacher knows what each student needs, having an additional person, that teacher can say, okay, this week I'm going to be working with this group. The other educator in the room is going to be working with the other group, is so much more effective and it can reach so many students. The second point I want to add is that direct support can help to alleviate teacher burnout. Teachers have a lot on their plate, to say the least, and the workload keeps getting heavier and heavier. You have SGOs, parent communication, discipline, testing, and so much more. It can get very overwhelming trying to keep up with everything. Direct support with the day-to-day classroom tasks frees up the teacher to really laser in on instruction and not get distracted with the many administrative tasks that does not directly increase student achievement. This will reduce the workload that's being put on the teacher, helping to alleviate teacher burnout. The third point I wanted to mention is that direct support fosters a culture of collaboration. If teachers are given direct support, it gives the feeling that they are not alone in trying to make a difference. And most of the time, teachers are working hard to make sure that all their students are moving, growing, and improving. And when they don't, we feel the guilt, we feel the shame, we feel like we're a failure. And so if we're given that direct support, this helps to loosen the burden and gives us that opportunity to collaborate even more. And we'll find out that the school community is working together so that all students are progressing. All right, some key takeaways from this episode. Number one, direct support means working with students in a classroom. Indirect support, such as coaching, is great, but not the end all be all. Direct support helps to alleviate teacher burnout, which so much of us are going through right now. And direct support fosters a culture of collaboration. And one small point before I go, newer teachers, mid-career teachers, yes, they also need that direct support, but the direct support will be focused on something else, such as classroom management, that those teachers need to work on. So that direct support is so important, and I think that we take it for granted in our schools, in the education system. It's one piece of the puzzle that gets overlooked a lot. So thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to check out the website, teachersimpact.net. If you found this content helpful, please share, favorite, and rate on your favorite podcast app. It helps the show to grow, reach more teachers, and have an impact. You can email me at teachersimpacteducation@gmail.com or follow me on Instagram at teachersimpactpodcast and Twitter at Shani Marie O. Happy learning and growing.